to Horror Hour.
All right. Hello, and welcome to the Horror Hour. My name is Yutaka, and today I'm really excited because we have Skeet Ulrich with me. I probably already butchered it. This is a
No, you
great way to
did.
start.
It depends. Yeah,
How are you today, Skeet?
I'm great. I'm great. By the way, my brother says Ulrich. I say Ulrich. So you're fine either way.
That works.
Yeah.
So today we're here to talk about your new upcoming film, drops tomorrow, Blood. So tell me a little bit about what attracted you to this film.
I think for me, first of all, it's a page turner. But Brad Anderson, Michelle Monaghan, it was hard to not be excited just to open the first page. Ultimately, I think it's about the lengths we will go to for love, and in my mind, the only unconditional love is a parent for their children. And so the lengths we will go to protect our children, or to give them the life we want, or happiness, and to put it in this genre, I just thought was brilliant. It's kind of a pot boiler horror, family drama. And so I don't know, it had me from the start, and I'm excited for people to see it.
I mean, the way Brad had also described it, which I loved, because first off, I love the horror genre, obviously, but I do love that there's also kind of a morality tale as well, because what would you do to protect those that you most love? And so I love that. Do you then in turn become the monster trying to protect what
Right.
you're trying to save? And so I like that moral dilemma.
Yeah, it also, to me, in seeing it, and even in reading it, but especially in seeing it, it just reminds people, I think, to not to be careful what you think, you see. Um, and I think that's the relationship between the two of us in the film. It highlights to me is like, you don't always know what you're witnessing.
I
So,
love that.
that guy on the subway who may be gruff, or in the car next to you, you have no idea what's going on. So before you jump to judgment, I thought that was a very interesting component of the film.
No, I that's fascinating. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask too, just because obviously, I mean, you've been in many genres. I'll first say I'm a huge procedural fan, so I do remember Law and Order LA,
Wow.
and Jericho as well. That's not
Mm.
procedural, but what continues to draw you back to horror?
I haven't done that many of them, to be honest. I mean, I did Scream, obviously,
Yeah,
and a couple little, or in that, but I guess The Craft is maybe a horror film.
yeah. No, it's technically considered. I
Technically
mean,
it
I would
is,
put
but
it
I
in a
mean, it
horror
isn't,
film.
as a viewer, it doesn't feel like a classic. So I haven't really done that many, but so I don't know. But in this case, it was the family aspects of it, the personal connections to it, which are not always a part of why I get drawn to something. That I'm
Hmm.
really interested in things that are not personal to me, and how to incorporate them. But I don't know. This one just, there was that. It's like you said, that morality tale of it that, it just really drew me in. The genre as a whole, I think there's a lot of, I'm really into psychological thrillers, and I think in some regards, horror does psychological thrillers better than psychological thrillers do them, depending on, which class of horror you're talking about. So,
I would agree. There were quite a few that came out this past year that were very shocking. They were so good, but they weren't on people's radars.
yeah,
Which is
yeah.
I'm hoping this is, because I've been really independent horror has really been on the rise as of late, and so it's very
Yeah.
nice to start to see more projects come out.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
And I mean, again, you kind of did also surprise us. I would be remiss without you surprised us earlier last year showing up in Scream 5. So that was spoiler if you haven't already seen that, you should, but
Yeah,
that was very, as somebody who's seen the film, well, I saw it opening weekend, the very first Scream. It was just kind of like, oh,
Right, yeah. Yeah, it took a while to say yes to that, to be honest. I wasn't, nothing to do with the filmmakers. They're brilliant. It was just I
sure.
wasn't sure it was right for the franchise or that it would work or
Hmm.
and I guess jury's still out whether it's out there now, but it's hard to imagine playing an 18-year-old. Like, I mean, it's no matter what technology, it's like, is that really going to work? And I mean, I've heard both sides of it. A lot of people say it does and are very excited by it, and and some people are like,
Oh, I was cheering, even though it was like a press screening and there's only 7 of us, but I'm like, yes. I was like, I didn't see that coming. And they're like, all right, well, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna continue to enjoy the movie. But
yeah,
one of the things I do want to ask then, definitely just about working on this set for Blood.
yeah.
Uh, what was it like working with Michelle and then the kids as well to have that family dynamic, even though it's still kind of
Yeah.
split? But
Yeah.
what was that experience like?
It was incredible. I mean, Michelle, obviously, like,
Yeah.
standing across from her, she is so good in this role. And I mean, just incredible. And it was so raw and real and unforced and, and just lived in. And, I didn't really have to do that much standing opposite her. It was really like, it was easy to believe from my character's perspective that she was falling back into drug use and that
Mhm.
kids were in danger and this and that. And, so I was just blown away. But then in a way that was kind of expected because she's Michelle and she's always brilliant. But the kids, Skylar and Finlay, I cannot praise them enough. They will be around this business for a long, long time, and they're both incredibly talented, incredibly easy. They're so easy to be around. Just great people. Their families are amazing, and and I've been around some child actors whose families really make it hard to be, to work with, and that was the exact opposite. Just
Oh, that's awesome to hear.
it was an incredible experience, and they really, really are the heart of the film, and really they are the leads of the film, and they carry it.
I mean, I'm really excited for that because I will tell you there's been also a big push, I think, with just horror films where we're starting to see more child actors really kind of
Yeah,
take the reins and really, put their talent out there,
yeah,
which I sometimes don't think we get to see as much, especially in
yeah.
horror. So,
It's pretty wild. It's interesting. Like I suddenly, for whatever reason, have a flash of like there's a moment in the film where Finlay is starting to convulse and he's fallen off the hospital bed and he's like on the floor, like, convulsing and foaming at the mouth, and nobody knows what's going on and what's wrong with him. And, we were setting up for that scene. And so Brad, who is 6'4", 6'5", who knows, tall dude,
yeah.
gets on the floor and starts showing Finlay how it's going to go. And I have it all on video. It's the greatest.
Oh my God.
Greatest moment.
I love that. I mean, I can't wait for that scene, but now I'm going to be thinking that in my head as well.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put that out there someday when the film's, come and gone and Brad's not watching.
Well, Ski, I want to thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to get to speak with you. I'm really excited to see the film. And this is just also a bucket list for me because you've been in a lot of great projects. And I know you've got one coming up that I can't wait for. So another one as well. But I just wish you the best of your rest of your day. And again, thank you for speaking with me.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. Enjoy your day.
Thanks.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.